Hey guys, welcome back to Oliver Smith Watches. I am George, this is Ryan, and today we're going to talk about Tudor. Ryan and I have been huge fans of this brand for years, and today we're going to talk about what they did in 2025. Now, I was at Watches and Wonders, so I got to see it live. And I'm just going to go on record here as Tudor is that brand that just seems to do no wrong. Now, I can pick apart most brands and get really nitpicky, get into the minutia, sizes, colorways, things of that nature. Man, Tudor just seems to strike every chord right with me. I saw it live. You got to see it kind of prepared and put out on the internet, just like Rolex. I want to start with you. I want to get your take on what you saw.
I liked everything, to be honest with you. The only thing that I thought was kind of a weird thing was they just threw the chronograph on a Jubilee, basically. And I'm like, okay, that's great, I guess. But the Red Hulk, whatever you want to call it.
Is that what it's going for right now?
Kind of the Red Hulk? Shout out Jeff from Austin, Texas.
Okay.
He knows who he is.
I have not heard that before.
He's the one that originally said it to me, and I think the internet has taken a liking to it.
Okay.
But I absolutely love that watch. I do wish it was a 41 instead of a 39. I've tried on a bunch of 39s. They just don't work in a sports watch for me. But I thought the 43, blue and black, was really good. I haven't seen the silver and black. I'll take your take on that. But
the blue and black was definitely my fave on that. I'm a big fan of a good sunburst style, and they both hit the mark on that. But I do think if I have one in each hand, I'm going with the blue all day. Blue, nothing bad to say about the gray. I just like the blue better.
I did too.
One interesting thing too on that bracelet, it's a non-rivet. Which I thought was really cool. I think they did a great job with the rivet bracelet over the years. I really thought it was going to be gimmicky when it first came out, and I ended up really liking it. So I don't lament its loss, but it's kind of cool that they did that one a little bit different too. If I have a gripe, it's the 58 is a 39. The 63 is a 43. The numbers versus numbers thing is hard for these old guys to kind of get. I got a lot of numbers in my head.
68.
63.
Is 63?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought it was 68.
I don't know. It's from the year that they first did the snowflake hand.
68 then.
Okay.
Yeah, 68.
The man seems to know his thing. Okay. All right. Like I said, I get confused in these numbers. It's really hard, especially doing this for a living. You have all these reference numbers in your head, and to have a number and then to immediately have to associate it with a case size.
Correct.
A little difficult for me on that one. So the new red was actually, or the burgundy was actually inspired by a really rare reference. And there is a red
type.
Yeah, there is a red dial, red Hulk. And that was also the debut for Tudor back into the US was that burgundy bezel. This one they added the burgundy dial. And that Jubilee, they call it a 5-link. Jubilee is probably a wrong term, but absolutely spectacular. Something well worth looking at. A little bit more of a dome in the crystal as well, which I really like. And then doing the Black Bay, the 68 and the 43, which up until this, the only 43 they had really done was the bronze. It's big, looks great on you, wears just a little bit big on me, but still wearable. So I've got, what's your wrist size, 7.5?
7.5.
And I'm about 7.25, so really not that much difference. But
my big thing on like the newer movement stuff is like when they added that kind of bubble back to the new in-house movements for Tudors, especially on the 41s, it sits very top heavy. Or like kind of like lopsided kind of, where like this original version doesn't sit that way. But on the 43s, even if they have the dome back to them, they actually
they're wide enough.
They're spreading it out a little bit, so it actually doesn't sit that weird. I don't know if you can see it on my wrist, but it actually doesn't sit that weird. Obviously, again, if you could pull it off, I'm 6'4". He probably can't pull that off, but it does sit a lot better. So I'm hoping the new 43s either got rid of the bubble back, but I'm sure they still have it, but I'm sure it'll sit nicely. So
well, and I think everything across the board went with that new movement. Now they have that new chronometer certified movement. I think everything this year has the new movement,
which technically is the Breitling movement, right? That's their three.
No,
the chronograph.
Correct.
And then Tudor gave them their three-hand.
The chronograph is still based off of Breitling's B1, which is a fantastic movement. Breitling didn't want to take the time to develop a three-hander movement, and Tudor didn't want to develop a chronograph, man. That's a lot of R&D. It's a lot of money. So they both had a good one. So they literally movement swapped.
Just swap, yeah.
I love it. I love the spirit of cooperation, especially from two big independent companies like that. I think I'd like to see more of that in the community in general. A lot of brands didn't reinvent the wheel this year. Right. Like with the chronograph, just doing a new bracelet with the Pelagos. Just kind of introducing the Ultra Pelagos. And that's exactly what it is. They took a watch that was not broke, tweaked it a little bit. Didn't fix anything, but 43 dual loom on it, which I like a lot.
The hours and minutes are separated
Yep.
in the loom plot. Or
Correct.
like
Even just on their clasp. If you haven't played with the pelagos before, it's one of the coolest clasps ever. And I'm sure there's a million things out there on the internet, but what they did on this one was they did color indication. In the same blue as that baby blue
dial?
pelagos on the dial.
Nice.
Yeah. So again, just little soft touches, just improving on something that was already pretty good.
Absolutely. And then one of your favorites was the Explorer Pro, or it looked pretty good.
And yeah, it was the new Black Bay Pro, which is a loving take on vintage Explorers. Guys around my age kind of go, "Ooh, I know that watch."
Yeah.
And it was funny because I immediately thought of you. I even gave you a call out when we did the live thing in Geneva. This one's for you, Ryan. They have a new dial in the Black Bay Pro. It's an opaline dial, kind of reminiscent of those few years where the Explorer went creamy. This one you're going to love, Ryan. Ryan's always wanted, there were a couple of years for the Explorer 2, cream dial. It was a mistake dial. They went kind of creamy. John Mayer talked about it once, and the price went through the roof. Now we can't afford them. This is our chance to get something along those lines.
Yeah, because it does have a creaminess to the style, right?
It does. They don't say that implicitly, but I really think that's kind of what they were channeling with this watch. Yeah, they did a great job on it. Hopefully we didn't fanboy too hard, but we are legitimately fans of the brand. Please comment below. Tell us what your favorite thing was at all of Watches and Wonders, but specifically Tudor. What do you like about them? What are you happy you saw? Now, unfortunately, we are not an authorized dealer for Tudor, Luke. But our website is live. We do a huge secondary market with a lot of brands that you want to know about. It is updated daily. So if you're looking for anything, please make us part of your search. If you ever want to see watches here in the Scottsdale area, we are your source for everything. Please stop by.